to my strategic management class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about Michael's Porter's 5 force model, and this is Dr. K. Sivakumar. In strategic management, uh, without this 5 force model of Michael's Porter, it is incomplete because for any business to be profitable, the industry analysis is very, very important. So when you do this industry analysis, you will know how intense is the competition. Okay, there is a rivalry among the competitions. So Michael Porter come up with this five force model, which gives us a very clear picture of how intense the industry is in which you are operating your business. And industry profit potential is largely determined by the intensity of competitive rivalry within the industry. So, what are the 5 force models? According to Porter's, there are 5 forces which affect our industry. Number one is the threat of new entrants, and then second one is the bargaining power of buyers. Third one is the threat of substitutes, products or services, and then bargaining power of suppliers, and then the fifth one is the rivalry among the existing forces. So these are the 5 forces which have impact on our business. So portfolio analysis, when you do the analysis, so this is at the time of 1970s. The strategy was mainly focused on two dimensions of the portfolio grid. One is the industry attractiveness. How attractive is your industry? The industry in which our business is being operated and the competitive position. So where is our business among the competitors, set of competitors? So these two things are very important when you are doing a business. So reasons why we are doing this, because some industries were very profitable, some were somewhat profitable, some was not so attractive. So by doing this analysis, we know how good is our industry. In other words, how attractive our industry is. So this industry analysis will give some idea about how the firms are concentrated, the other competitors are concentrated in our industry, and so that we can establish a cost advantage. Uh, Other one, product differentiation in sense how different our products are from our competitors, and the economics of scale. Economics of scale means the more the quantity we buy our raw materials, better the price we get. So our cost is reduced. All represented barriers to entry in certain industries, thus allowing those industries to be more profitable than others. So, certain industries, like in terms of getting a license to operate a business, in terms of access to the distribution channels, in terms of the huge capital, there are some barriers to the entry. So, if you know all those things, then it will be good. The 5 force model, threat of entry, that's a new competitors coming and becoming our competitors. Bargaining power of suppliers, yeah, how high our is it low our bargaining, I mean the bargaining powers of the suppliers of our raw materials to our business. Bargaining power of buyers, of course, it's all our customers is problem. Development of substitute products or services. Uh, how many substitutes products are there for our product or service? Rivalry among competition. How intense is the competition for our product? So the first one is the barriers to entry. So large capital requirements or need to gain economic scale quickly. So what happens? Whenever any business we are in, if entry to this business is very difficult, then what happens? The number of new entrants coming to the market will be very less. Okay, so in terms of capital, okay, if it's a huge capital, okay, then what happens? New competitors will not be so many. That's one point, and the other one is a strong customer loyalty. Okay, our brand is so famous. Okay, our customers patronize all the time, and then they don't usually switch to the new brand. So that's called brand loyalty. More the our customers are loyal to the brand, then this will pose a threat to the new entrants. Lack of adequate distribution channels or access to raw materials. The raw materials which are using for making our product is very difficult to acquire. Or already, if you have a very stabilized, very good distribution channel, then this will pose a threat to the competitors or the people who are new entrants. The second force is a power of suppliers. The power of suppliers, that's a bargaining power of suppliers, are very high when small numbers of dominant or highly concentrated suppliers exist. The number of suppliers who are supplying the raw materials to our products are few in numbers. Then what happens? Their supplier bargaining will power will be very high, and then a few good substitutes or raw materials are available. If there is no substitute for the raw material or very few are available, then what happens? We have to only depend upon our supplier for the particular raw material. Then in that case, the bargaining power of the supplier will be very high, or the switching cost of the raw materials or suppliers are high. So what happens if you want to switch from the current raw material to the other one? The cost is very high. Okay, then what happens? The bargaining power of the supplier will be very high. Then bargaining power of buyers, so our customers. So the powers of bargaining powers of buyers or our customers is high when customers are concentrated a large uh, buy in a volume. Okay. The products is being purchased or standard or undifferentiated, making easy to switch to other suppliers. When they have lot of choices, I mean the lot of choices of products or services uh, from the competitors, then they have very high bargaining power. Customers' purchases represent a major portion of the seller's total revenue. So, what happens? The particular target group we depend upon, then what happens? Their bargaining power will be very high. Then substitute products. So substitute products means the products which can be a replacement for our product or services. So when the substitutes are products competitive still high, when the relative price of the substitute products declines. So what happens? Say we are like selling, say butter. Okay, we are dairy farm selling butter. So what happens? Our I mean our demand for our butter will become less if a substitute, say a margarine. Okay, margarine price is going down. Okay, comparatively, the price of our butter to the margarine is very less. Then what happens? Our customer will switch from our butter to the margarine. Okay, so that's the substitute. Consumer switching cost declines. Okay, so when if the customers switching from our butter to margarine, the cost is very less, then easily they go from our butter to this thing. So competitors plan to increase market penetration of production countries. When our competitors, okay, who are like want to increase the market penetration, they go deep into our market, and they take away customer, one scenario. And the other one is that If they are increasing their production capacity, then what happens? Their cost may go down, and then they achieve economy of scales. Then what happens? Thereby, they pose threat by taking our customers. Okay, so our market share will go down. These are the scenarios. Rivalry among competitors, the intensity increases. This is very important. More the competitors and higher the number of, higher the cases of intensity. Okay, so what happens? The customers will have more choice, so they will be very choosy. If our products are not that much different from the competitors' products, then they easily, I mean. Choose the competitor product, thereby we lose our customers and our market shares will go down. So the number of competitors increases or they become equal in size. So our competitor size are growing, every day by day. And then what happens? Either they become equal in size or they become bigger than us. Then it is the competition will become very intense. Demand for the industry products declines. Okay, our industry grows slow. Okay, yeah, certain products, our product especially, when our products demand declines, it may be due to the change of the customer preferences. Okay, or it is maybe also due to the industry's growth is also becoming slow. So what happens? Say for instance, yeah, our product is not so important, or the social aspect of using our product as changes, then also the demand will goes. So there are several reasons. Say for instance, if you are a business dealing with, say, a cola. Okay, so what happens when the people becoming very health conscious? Then the idea of them taking cola may not be very attractive. They will switch to the some healthy substitute like fresh juice or fruit drink or water. Then what happens? The demand for our product will decline. Okay, fixed cost or barriers to leaving the industry are very high. Okay, so what happens when someone, our competitors, okay, if they have very high cost of leaving the industry, okay, then what happens? They still stay in the competition. Okay, some industries, leaving the business or the industry will be very high in case of like restaurants. Okay, the entrance to the industry is very easy, and the leaving industry is very easy. The cost is not very high. Okay, but certain things like say airlines or hotels, okay, star hotels. Okay, the new entrance is not very easy. Okay, and then leaving the industry is also very tough. So in that case, if the fixed costs are barrier to leaving the industry are high, then what happens? The intensity of the competition is also very increase. So we have seen the five force model. As the rivalry among competing firms intensifies and the industry profit declines, overall profit. If this happens, what happens? The growth is not very good, and then it becomes so saturated. Okay, too many players are there in the industry. In some cases, to point where an industry becomes inherently attractive. For several reasons, it may become attractive. So now we see a example for a, five force model. Big bazaar, we take that the supermarket and see and do the analysis for the based on the Porter's five force model. So five forces includes threat of substitutes, bargaining power of buyer, rivalry among competitors, threat of new entrants, the bargaining powers of suppliers. Okay, so we know how active is the industry. Then we move on to the analysis of a big bazaar one. So analysis one, when we take the rivalry among the competitors, uh, in this part of India, like Reliance is booming up. What do you say? Supermarket. Then there are others coming from the northern part of India. Aditya Birla Group, Vishal Retails, Bharti, Walmart is coming in India. Okay, so and soon in all over India expected. So this may be a rivalry which pose threat to the big bazaar supermarket, and then threat of new entrants, foreign develop direct investment. So is not favorable for international players. At this point of time, it may change in future. And then domestic conglomerates looking to start retail chains, big brands in locally in India, and then international players looking for a India. So these are the threats of entrance. Bargaining power of suppliers. The bargaining power of suppliers varies depending upon the target segment. Okay, who we are targeting. Okay, is like a household people, or who is our target customers. The unorganized sector has a dominant position. Unorganized means like streets side hawkers, okay, and then people who are selling in the marketplace, in the small petty shops. So these are the people or businesses which comprises of unorganized sector. So what happens? This is a big threat, not only for big bazaar kind of what do you say supermarket, but also for several businesses, chains, outlets, especially. So because this one, the statistics say like one third of business is done through this unorganized sector in India. So there are few players who have slight edge over others on account of being established players and enjoying brand distinctions, certain brands. And then the bargaining power of buyers. Our buyers are very price sensitive. Okay, they easily switch to our competitive products when we increase even a 1 rupee or 2 rupee. So the price, it is important for the supermarket to to be very careful when they are increasing the price. And then availability of more sizes. Now we have seen like a lot of other supermarkets are coming to play, and then also they need to take into consideration the unorganized sector, okay, who is posing a big what do you say a threat to the business. Okay, that's the bargaining power of customers. So the customers have more choice. They can easily switch on to our competitors. So price is also very important. Threats of substitutes, unorganized retails again. Okay, so what happens? They can easily switch. Okay, due to various reason like availability. Okay, price. Okay, what is it? Ease of purchasing. So there are several reasons. So that is a big threat for the big bazaar, the unorganized. So this is the competitive analysis for the supermarket big bazaar. Thank you. I hope you understand the five force model.